Hooked up by 1-800-ASK-GARY. Now, who's taking the stand?
That would be Davy.
I felt like I was just in this situation.
I don't know if you really could feel that way. All right, so I don't think you can feel that way. It's been a whole, 4 weeks. It's been
once a month.
Went around the whole circle.
Okay.
And you've been out on vacation, so, you've been all, relaxed and everything.
Yes.
So now people get to learn a little bit about you.
Now I'm tight.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you want to learn something about Davy?
You gonna learn today.
It is Plead the Fifth, all right? So here's the deal. Meredith goes first. We go clockwise.
Yes,
3
Davy.
questions from the room and only 1 pass, and then you got to answer to the listeners.
Davy, last month you decided to try something a little different.
Oh, man. What is that?
Something you never done before.
Oh.
You decided to do a dry October. Do you remember this?
Sober October was a fail.
Yes, and where you weren't going to drink or smoke or
Right.
do anything for the entire month.
Yes.
And how long? I want to know how long you lasted being completely sober, because you planned on doing it for 31 days, and you couldn't do 31 days.
I did not do 31 days.
So, which did you break first? Like drinking, smoking? How long did you last? And why couldn't you commit to yourself?
Oh, man.
Damn.
All right, this sounds like an AA meeting.
You just got thrown under the bus,
But
bro.
if you do answer this, they're going to give you a coin.
I lasted until we went to Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights.
Didn't we go on the weekend of the 3rd?
We went on a Thursday.
Yeah.
It
It had to be the 3rd or the 4th.
It was like the 10th. Something like
He
that.
remembers.
Yeah.
You made it 10 days?
I broke it. I drank first. I actually drank with Mark, to be honest with you.
Whoa,
Man.
Mark.
I just answered a question.
Well, wait, in my defense, you had drank about 20 minutes before I met up with you. So don't use me as the bad.
I don't know.
Yeah, because you told me you and your girl had a drink.
So I broke it with Mark. And what was the
What was
fourth part of
the first
question?
thing? The first
Why
thing you
couldn't
did.
you get right with Jesus?
Yeah.
Because I'm a
Something
lush.
that.
Because I was hanging out with you guys. And I tried. I actually after that I went to just I stayed sober during the week. And I just
So can you be more specific here?
I stayed sober during the week. Gonna throw us a bone. You're supposed to give us a month.
Yeah, 31 days.
Yeah.
But you say sober, but there's more than just drinking here, right?
Jesus, officer. What are you trying to get at?
I'm interested.
So what's the question?
Can you pee in this? Please.
Which
Pee in
did
this
you
thing.
Which did you break first?
I broke the drinking first.
Okay.
When I was drinking with Mark.
And then once that was done and over with, you just continued the party.
Well, yeah, for the
Continue the
weekends.
party.
Yeah. I
Brandon,
got
stop asking
I got
questions.
tore up that weekend. That's what you wanted
I was
to
gonna
know.
say you were messing around that day because when we went to dinner, boy, if you can get a flight of beer right off.
I had to make up for those 9 days.
Yeah, 6 of them right in front of him. Like, okay, there goes sober October.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, you're next up.
Mr. Rolando,
What's that?
you're from Tampa. You grew up here, so you have a lot of friends listening, right? People
Yeah.
that you've associated with.
All
I
the
want to
time.
know, who is the last person that you had to cut off as a friend and why?
Ooh.
Oh, you got a pass to use. You want me to go ahead and hit the
And
button?
they may be
No.
listening.
Oh man. The
There's-
last person I had to cut off as a friend.
Who they listening to, man? I just seen the ratings. Whoever you say, they gonna hear it.
The last person that I can really remember cutting off as a friend, I had a homeboy. I'll just call him Slim because that's what everybody calls him.
Okay.
He was one of those dudes that every time we would go out, he would end up in a fight. And I ain't got time to be fighting random people for no reason.
Yeah.
So,
We beefing at
that
the
was
Sweet
a-
Tomatoes.
That was a while ago. I think I am a better judge of character now than I was in the past. So I don't really associate myself with too many people that I end up cutting off.
Yeah.
So to be 100% real with you, I hang out, and my girl tells me this all the time. She's like, you only hang out with the people that you've known for a really long time. I'm like a day one type of dude. So cutting off people doesn't really happen too often.
He rents his day ones too, because I got 3 of them doing stuff for me today.
For real.
Everybody who's one of his day ones, they end up being my guy. Hey, you want to rent some homies, though?
Run on me.
All right, let's see here. You still got your pass to use.
Yes.
Davy, my question is a little bit more intricate.
Okay.
Anybody who listens to the show knows that you are very active with your girl.
Okay.
Like, like there's just been people who visited your house and just be like, Jesus, there's condoms everywhere. Like they get it in between meals.
That
Like,
is a
you know
true
what I'm saying?
story,
It's just
by
like,
the way.
yeah, like, Jesus, what is this? All right, so if you could take a magic wand and eliminate one thing that your girl does sexually, remove one item that you're like, I could do it without that. She's not really that good.
Oh, man.
Oh,
yeah.
I was waiting for that part.
I'm definitely going to have to hit that button.
I'm just
If there
saying.
was ever a question to hit the plead the fifth button, I think that would be it. Yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and pass on that one.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to think about it?
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There we go.
I can't do it.
Yeah, you're not answering that.
You got him.
He's like, I do got to go home.
Yeah.
All right. So,
You're wide open now.
Wide open.
all right, so he has 3 questions coming from the audience. His social media is shut down.
Yes.
You can text us at 888-429-0941, or you can call. Let's see here what we got. You got a text?
I
got
have one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Davy, what's the closest you've ever come to leaving Joanna? Or at least questioning whether or not she's the one?
Oh, damn. I can loan you one. I can loan you one, dog.
I haven't come close to leaving her. We haven't had any like breakups or we are not in one of those relationships that we were like on again, off again. We've been pretty solid since the jump. When did I know she was the one?
No, it said
When did I think she wasn't the one?
Right. Like, did she ever do something and you were questioning, like, maybe she's not the one for me, but I will stay in the relationship and work on it?
Yeah, well, when my girl got together, she was having like some kind of like a little bit of issues that we worked around. It was just bad choices that she was making. At one point, it had me questioning like the longevity of the relationship. But she's turned it around, and we've been 100 since. We've been good.
She was hanging with Slim's wife.
She was just wilding in these streets.
Yeah, I got you. All right, well, let's see here. We got Josh on the line. Josh got a question for you. You got it? You go ahead.
Hey, Davy. I just wanted to know, what is the last lie that you told your girlfriend, and when, and why?
Ooh.
Why you gotta be asking that, Josh? Wait now. Like, there's a respectable place here. You don't be coming in here being rude. All right. Okay, now that's the question.
Oh, my goodness. The last lie I told my girl, why and when.
No
Man.
pass.
I'm trying to think.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry, man.
You know you've lied.
Of course.
Yeah.
We all lied the last one.
Well, at least we got that part.
Maybe like a...
Now it's official.
Oh, it's so official.
I mean, if you're going to testify on yourself and snitch, Takashi, you might as well go ahead and get the music.
I think the last lie probably had to do with like how much I spent on something. like finances.
Yeah.
Like how I probably like undersold like what I spent.
Like your necklace?
Not my necklace. No.
Yeah, that had paperwork.
Yeah.
She know how to look it up.
That's in the safe.
Yeah. I think it was like how much I spent like on a weekend.
Because you can't bitch at her about spending or budgeting if you out here just living like Puffy.
You feel me?
So you gotta,
I
dial it back a little bit.
I kind of undersold like what I spent on a weekend, like wilding out.
Okay.
And that's a great boomerang too, by the way.
All right. Oh. Is that the boomerang? Well, we got one more question for you. One more. Davy, is there a tattoo that you regret getting and why?
I do not regret any.
You sure? Because you got 100 of them.
Yeah. There's a couple that I wish I don't regret getting them because I feel like every tattoo is kind of like it's part of your story, and I always remember where I was and where I was in life. But there's a couple that I wish I would have designed them a little bit different. But if I had to do it all over again, I don't regret now one tattoo.
So the ones that they did in prison with that the ones with the hot hanger that they did, you like those too?
And I love the one that I get the most heat for is my MOB tattoo.
Yeah.
I knew it.
And I love that. That's one of my favorites.
That's who you are.
Yeah, that's who I am, and it definitely reminds me of a place I was in life where I had to make a choice of a relationship versus a career.
And he put the tat on your chest and let him know
let
money
know it's
over
real.
brunch. Money over brunch.
So
All right, so we got a boomerang.
Yeah. We're gonna do a boomerang situation. I would like to know about the last lie you guys told to your significant others, and in Mark's case, the last lie you told is some random chick that you were humping on.
Oh, man. Oh.
Because we're not gonna let you skate out of this.
Yeah, I was hoping I was
The last lie.
Mine's going to be similar to Davy because it's 100% true. I will buy something and then take the tags off and like just put it in the closet. And if he sees it or he asks me how much something is, whether it was that or something else, I'll like, undersell it just a little bit so it doesn't sound as bad. Because we have separate accounts, so he doesn't see that. So he asks me, but I don't want to, tell him the whole price. Sometimes.
All right.
What about you two liars?
Yeah.
I know my last lie. My last lie was I ain't got it. I ain't got it.
Yeah.
I ain't got it. She asked me for a brick because she left the country.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I already don't rock with the reality show anyway, so I ain't paying for it. And I'm like, yo, she's like, hey, apparently I guess they had to like get reimbursed. I don't know how it goes. But anyway, I was like, I ain't got it. And she's like, and I had it.
Meanwhile, I had it all along.
I had it. But she told me, she's like, hey, I'll pay you like back, boo, like whatever. And I'm like, she's like, I don't have it. And so I finally gave in and gave it to her. And you know what? It ain't came back. I was supposed to get that.
Did you expect to get paid back?
Yeah, I did. I just wrote it away. But I did. I was like, I lied. I totally lied. I did.
Man, I'm just been sitting here trying to think. I want to say it probably was when I was talking to someone a few months ago, and they asked me if I was talking to, and no, I'm being serious. If I was talking to anyone else at the same time, I told her no. But yeah, I was definitely talking to more than one person at that time.
Hey man, because everybody who listens to these Plead the Fifths knows your history.
Right.
So when you say talking to, you mean smash.
Yeah.
And you just.
I mean, what?
Because the new girl is like, yo, so you ain't talking to nobody, right? I'm going to let you do this in the strange way that you do it. But you're not dealing with nobody else, right? And you like, nah.
Well,
but realistically, you just dealt.
At that point, though,
else?
I hadn't. No. Yeah, I just hadn't gone through all the way with that new person yet, but I was definitely working my way there, and so yeah, I lied to her.
And it was months ago. He had to figure out which lie.
It was months ago.
Your stuff gonna fall.
It already is.
Yeah. All right, Plead the Fifth is a wrap. Yeah.
Orlando and the Freak Show.
Davy has muscled his way through with all of them, and you can get them on wild941.com this afternoon. All right, we got your workday kickoff coming.